to support the platform just in case anything like this happens again, you can do it by way of PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and also by the Anchor. And you can also further support the platform by way of going to the Teespring store or the shoe store that is located in the comment section below.
You guys have steaks here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on,
Right
brother. I'm
underneath.
just ordering.
Right
Okay.
underneath.
There's one certain steak I wanted to buy. Can you hold on, brother? I'm just on the phone. Sorry. There's one certain steak I wanted to buy. Can you? Well, oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Can you just tell me what kind of steak this is? Sorry, man.
What are you doing?
Brother, you were talking to my niece like that, who's only 13 years old, Jimmy.
Okay.
She's 13 years old. I could have already had the police involved here.
Okay. I won't talk to her anymore.
Jimmy, you know what the stuff you said to her, the picture you sent her of your stroking it, you know what that's considered? I am recording this thing for my protection, so you can't tell the cops I touched you. I am being recorded in your restaurant as well, okay? You want to have a chat, Jimmy, here? Come and have a chat before I make it much worse and embarrass you in front of everybody here. I'm not toying around, okay? What are you doing, Jimmy? And after this, I don't want to order my steak from you because I don't trust you, okay? You came off the bat. I read the whole conversation. This is her device here. She's grounded, okay? You came off the bat and you told her it's against the law. Why did you tell her we can keep it a secret? Just curious why. It's clear you have an attraction to kids.
No, I don't actually. We were talking, and I made that mistake, and
Only problem,
I regret making the mistake.
brother, you sent a video of you stroking
No,
a
I know.
kid, a little kid.
I understand that.
That is against the law.
No, I know. I know that.
A kid should never have to be exposed to that.
Okay, I understand that.
You clearly told you can keep it a secret, and you got very upset. And you sent her like 10 voice notes today, basically asking her for a dirty picture, but you wouldn't say the words.
I didn't
In
say
other
dirty
way,
picture.
I know, but in other words, I know what you were referring
That's what I
to.
would asked for.
But you were referring to that.
That's not what I
Listen,
asked for.
okay, in the court of law, it would be considered
Okay.
you were asking that, okay? But we
This is my problem, and I want people to understand the type of protection. Like I said, I don't know what else happened after this. I'm just going by what I'm seeing. I'm going by what I'm hearing, right? So if anybody has any further information, that's not in a sense has anything to do with this video because I'm just going off of what I'm able to hear, what I'm able to see, and what was basically said. So I just had to repeat that just to get that out. So going through the whole conversation, you had somebody here, you had this man who's working at this restaurant who decided to talk to somebody who was young online, specifically going after them, targeting them. And the guardian of said person came through. He punished the young individual, and he decided to confront the person. So not going to police, not having to do the arrested, not turning the evidence over, and any of that stuff. Basically making sure that person is going to be registered, life behind bars or whatever, and all that good stuff, right? He opted to basically come here and talk to that person and just have a conversation and to record it. And the way that I basically look at this is a disservice to all of the other young ones out there that had to deal with this individual coming directly to them and sending them, images, sending them images of himself in the buff, sending images of himself to somebody that is young. And the fact that the Guardian is talking about, yo, if you don't talk to me now, I can make this way worse. Why don't you just make it worse and get the police involved? Why don't you make it worse and get his job involved? Why don't you show the job? So it's like, yo, this type of stuff right here, I cannot condone this because this is not protecting any of the minors out here. It's doing a disservice, and I'm just trying to figure out how is this going to help or save any other minors directly out there. How is that going to do that? How? You're not going to turn this dude over. You're not going to turn over the information. You're not going to get him fired because more than likely he's working at that establishment. It's a dining place, which means that he's also around yet again minors as well. Like I said, it's a problem all across the board. Anything could potentially happen. The whole main thing, as I keep stating, is that adults do not care about kids. This for me is like more proof because a variety of things. If this was another type of dude, a variety of things would have happened. Nobody would have just been there that calm dealing with that situation. Like, tables would have been flipped, chairs would have been flipped. Like it would have been a lot of things that would have happened. Police would have came there one way or another. They would have been there because no man worth the salt is gonna, like I say, it gets to the point where when I used to do these videos, I used to hear the emotion coming directly from my voice. Uh, and sometimes you will hear me, you'll hear some tears come directly through. Voice will be cracking. Other times, sometimes you still hear like the anger. And now it gets to that point where you have to get to the acceptance part of realizing the problem, and you're just disappointed. And it's a shame that it gets to that point where it feels that way because for me it almost feels like I don't care as much as I should. As if I'm getting just used to this being like a normal everyday thing that is, I guess, is expected to happen. I guess like I said, I don't know a better way to in a sense put it. I don't know a better way to sit up there and word it because that's what happens when people get used to stuff. You expect it, and it's like for me, I shouldn't expect this, and neither should any kids. Expect this from the world because I keep saying kids are precious. Like realistically, I don't even care about adults and what happens to adults. I really don't because the only thing I care about was what happened to kids because those are the future. Those are going to be the ones that's going to take care of me when I'm older. Like if I'm getting on like, the bus or, if I happen to, drop a cane or if I drop a bag of groceries, those are going to be the ones that, might potentially either help me or they might not help. And the only way to make sure that you got the ones out there that will potentially help you is if you basically take care and protect them now. But like I said, you can't tell adults nothing because adults really don't care about kids. And this is basically proof. This dude needs to be locked away. He needs to be prosecuted. He needs to be put on the register. He doesn't need to be around any type of minors at all. At all. Like I said, there's a variety of things that should be taking place, but I can't say those things here. There's a variety of things that should be happening, but that's not the way that the system is built. So this is what we got.